family. That's another sign of our unhappy, our mind running about doing silly things. Once you made your decisions in your life, get over it. Carry on, that's what you've done. But sometimes, we do all this, and I've got an interesting slide next actually. Sometimes we do this with our partners. We do with our the choices we've made there. And unfortunately you can't do it with your family. You're kind of born in that one. But we do silly things. Now I want you to look at this bit. This is part of a rare book that we're going to be releasing shortly if it doesn't end up like Sikhi Max. Your marriage. Now this is one page on that marriage, and this is only one section of it. So there's multiple. It's going to cover everything from all the way from basic riyat, umar shakana, up to all the different things in life. But one section is marriage. I want to share this part because I think it's important. Your marriage is the most important worldly relationship that you have. It is important that it is a Sikhi oriented. It is important that it is Sikhi oriented, something you enjoy, and an important route for Guruji's blessings. Now, when we get married, what do we get married for? It's usually not for Guruji's blessings. Yet the whole system that Guruji made in terms of marriage is 4 lama. Now, when you sit in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji and you do 4 lama, what you're saying, the first one you're saying is, from today, मैं धर्म फल लिया, मैं दूजा nonsense of let go. धर्म दृढ़ो हर नाम त्यागो गुरमत हर नाम त्यागो गुरमत नाम त्याग. But Guru is saying the dharma, in other words, righteousness, smashed it straight into my heart, and that's why I live. That's the basis. Pehli lam. Then duji lam. In the duji lam, Guruji is saying at the end of the duji lam, he says Anhad Shabad Bhajan Lapandeya. He goes, I met Satguru. I met the Guru in the second round. You meet the Guru, and the Guru shows you Anhad Shabad. He shows you this Bani that's going on inside all the time. It's going outside as well. Remember, we live here, we do all these things, we do our Sikhi, but we don't get to that level. Anahad Shabd. Guru is saying level 2. Sometimes we think that Anahad Shabd is Bajida. See, Anahad Shabd is, we haven't covered this topic that much, I don't think, but Anahad Shabd is, at God's door, the door where you go through and then darshan comes, Ote Shabd Bajida. Guruji shows a Gursik those here. That's a level of Sikhi. And when we're talking, the topic today is truthfulness, and we will understand later on that being truthful, there's more element to being truthful than what the basic understanding we got of what a truthful Sikh is. So, Guru said on second lam, we meet Satguru, he shows you this thing, Bani, this beautiful thing, and he goes, Anahad Shabd Bhajan Lapandeya. He says, on the third one, you start loving that path so much. On the third lam, he goes, you start missing God. He says, Rabba Kithiya. And he said that on the third lam, remember, this isn't about the wife or the husband, both of them are together on that. That you start missing God, say, where is he? Where's God? Where's that thing I'm supposed to be finding in my life? Utti lam de man chao paya. Bairagiya Balaram ji, Bairaga janta in the third. And then in the fourth one, Guru is saying on the fourth lam, you meet him. Is when you meet him, then he never separates from you again. That's what that lama is in marriage. We base our marriage on that, but putte kam hunde marriage, and then putte kam hunde in our marriages. We'll go to that in a minute. So, first thing is one soul. So Atma Ika, you two bodies with one soul. That's the concept of Sikhi. Because if you can't do it in that relationship, you generally can't do it outside. Generally. If you can't do it in a marriage relationship, you can't. Anyway, we won't go into that in a minute. Live for Waheguru. So our life is living for Waheguru. If we count up all the things we're doing all the time, generally our job isn't living for Waheguru. We don't think of our job. Our job is go there, earn the money, take it home, bring it home, and then I'll beat the Joneses. I'm going to be something. That's not what job is. The Gursikh job is not that. So you're living for Waheguru. Guru is saying, Bendiya, Utdiya, Sutiya, Sada Sada Haratiya. He says, you Bena, Utna, Sona vi. Look at our sleep. Can we control our sleep? And all through Gurbani, Guruji is saying that the sleep of a Gurmukh is controlled. We can't control the dreams in it. Guruji is saying in the dreams he's controlled it, or she's controlled it to the stage where it's Simran. The dream Simran. But our dreams are all over the place. So I'm not trying to make it. But attachment. Always remember that you are not here forever. That day by day prepare for leaving this world. Now our preparation, if we say this is a truthful living, it's our truthful marriage, it's a truthful relationship that we got. Our preparation is for jana ethon. Our preparation isn't for we're staying here forever and ever. Let me make all my foundations and then I don't know what are we going to do with them? Farid ji says, jithe main aaj baitha, he goes, how many 100 bande, 1000, 100,000, how many people were sitting here before me? You can't even say. We can't say. And so we're not living here to make this asthir rehn wali cheez nahi hai. Dunya mukka mein fun nahi, jo Guruji kehande, dunya muk jani hai. It's going to finish, it's designed to finish. Guruji's, I couldn't find the pankti, I found it once, but I've got it somewhere. I know, but the pankti Guruji saying is that why did he bring this here? You know, that question arises, why has God put us here? Then Guruji says God put us here to say, show you relationships, show you the world, show you show you a family even, and he goes, but he shows you how it goes as well. He goes, so that one day you keep seeing like that's gone, now that's gone, that's getting old, that's breaking. He's showing you that that's all going. He says then human being will wake up. Unfortunately, we see it breaking, we say don't break. And you try to glue it back, but it doesn't work. The family, raise your family well, set a good example and ensure you teach high morality to your children. I think we discussed this before where a mother, she took the child to the shop and she used to tap the CD. She'd take the shop, tap this, they had it on camera, she tapped the CD and child was about 18 months old. The child would take the DVD or whatever it was and stick it under their kapda. 18 months old. It's good stuff. She's still similarly probably would have clocked it, you know. But in terms of our relationship with our partner, so when we talked about Sikhi relationship bomb marea at this stage, you know, the Sikh marriage is very, very bad. Do you recognize your partner's strengths? You know, when we talk about marriage and stuff, your partner, do you know what their strengths are? What qualities do you share? Which qualities have we got that are similar? We don't even think like that. Or the wife is a roti banan wali machine and the husband is a kam karne wala machine or whatever it is. That's kind of what it is. But where are we different? What annoys your partner and how do you overcome those things? Generally what annoys them is what we keep doing over and over. And what is your partner's most important emotional need? That's an important question. But this is an interesting slide. So it's easy to get caught up in family life and lose your focus. Keep the company of disciplined Sikhs to ensure you stay on track. So you see, you're going to keep very, very easily when we live in our life, after about, we see what everyone do, Amrit, after about, I'd say 6 month theory is generally okay, but 6 to 12 months, then it's like, well, it wasn't the same as what it was when I first did it. Then 2 years later, it's like, I remember when I did it, it was good then, wasn't it? 3 years later, what did I do it for? 4 years later, is it worth it? 5 years, but then you that. So it's easy to lose track, lose where we are. It's essential that the majority of your spiritual time is spent together, and make sure that your Nityanem and Sangat is together. That's good. If you could do your Nityanem and do Sangat together, in other words, if you're going to Kirtan program, if you can go together, that's a good thing. If your general Sikhi, most couples have given up doing Simran. That's a very bad thing, you know. We generally, when we wake up in the morning, we do everything individual. So there's a bad fault on their part. Amrit Vela is very important and should be an essential part of your marriage. Amrit Vela together should be an important part. Now, if you can do Amrit Vela and Sangat, it's even better. If you can do it in more, but that's for love for each other should grow day by day. This is what Guruji says in Rayatanami as well. But the desire for another partner should not enter your minds, and there's not a formal divorce ceremony in Sikhi. We should understand that. If anyone in Sikhi sits and says, I want to do Char Lama, you should think about that before. that there's no divorce ceremony in Sikhi really. There's nothing. That's all the Western, but it's a Western-made thing. That it doesn't exist. Now, remember, if there's some issues which we'll go through in a minute, there are some issues that are going to go over a line. So that doesn't mean if it goes over any line that nothing should be done. It means things have to be done when things go over a line, right? But then there's a survey done. It's called the Marital Survey, and it's a UK survey in 2010. And that's basically the survey canvassed the opinions of 101 of the UK's leading family lawyers based on their client work. And that was in 2010. So these lawyers, they're just figures on the right. The figures on the right, they're a breakdown of the reasons why clients wanted a divorce. So these are the divorce cases. Now these are interesting figures, and it's a national survey. It's not based on Sikhi, but undoubtedly there must have been Sikhi inside of those Sikh people in there as well, right? The important point to make is if these issues are surfacing in your marriage, then you need to be aware and ensure that you're dealing with them. I'll just put it here. Obviously other, we don't know what other is, so you can ignore that one. But business problems, emotional, physical abuse, 6%. Extramarital affair, 25%. Now generally, I think the general consensus is that that's usually why people get divorced. And I think in that year it changed, so in 2010 it changed. Family strains, 2%. Financial and money worries, 5%. So this is the main reason why people get divorced, is growing apart and falling out of love. So Bella is a romantic novel, huh? But then after a bit it becomes this other thing. Midlife crisis, 10%. I might have one of those, I think. Stress, 2%. Unreasonable behavior, 17%. What's unreasonable behavior, right? So workaholic kind of disease, 4%, and other 1%. But the important thing is that growing apart, falling out of love, and that kind of thing, but not feeling that you're not feeling that you're a couple or a partner anymore. Wait, 1 second. Is it?